Hey guys, this is Noah Gaming, and now, if you guys want to know how my family got jumped, I'm here to tell you the story. And, my voice is gone because I can be a one-mouthy son of a bitch, okay? And yesterday, I was challenging the biggest motherfucker across the street that hit my family, right? And he wouldn't come over just because of my mouth. And how it all started was my brother was leaving with his girlfriend and a friend. Now, I don't want to put names out there, but they're leaving his car, and we hear arguing, and me and my mom run outside to my mom going into the road and almost getting jumped by herself. Oh my god. Almost getting jumped by herself by three people. A girl, a big fat guy, and a huge black guy. Then my brother decides to pull back in because, it's my mom, so they don't want to see anything bad happen. So he pulls back in. He gets out. He gets in their faces. And I'm talking like, it was face to face, like forehead to forehead, yelling and screaming, looking down at him. Like, I'm talking to the point where he's in their face so much that he's pushing them down with her head. That's what I mean. And then the black guy, I guess he's friends with my brother, and he says, "Man, chill out, you my homie." They shake hands, and then they go back to get into the car. Oh, mind you, there is a 1-year-old baby in the car. And this other guy is a darker guy, but he's not black. He's Puerto Rican. My Puerto Rican friend supposedly broke into this guy's house, right? And he didn't. He wasn't even in town until, like, yesterday. And this big white guy comes over into the yard and challenges my yard that has no trespassing signs on it, which is just a jail time right there by itself. And he comes over and he starts knocking him out from behind. And he falls off the curb. And the curb, there's a hill, like a grassy hill, and a curb, and the cement is like removed, so it's like hot tar and shit. And my Puerto Rican friend falls in there. And I'm like the youngest here that's in the fight. I'm 15, and the other guys are like 20, probably like 25 and up. I think the big white guy is 19. But I'll tell you later how I like slurring, and I did get hit a couple times, and that was by a 17-year-old, but he didn't even move me, so he's a bitch. But anyways, where was I? Where was I? Can't remember where I was at. And when he falls off the curb, he pops his shoulder out of the socket, and he's telling me for like the next 5 minutes, pop my arm back in. And I'm like, how? And then he starts arguing again, pop my arm back in. How? And he says, just lift my arm. And I go, and I felt his arm go in, and I was like, oh, good God. And then he starts a fight with the black guy. They get into it. My brother decides, you know what, this black guy's beating up one of my best friends. I'm going to go break it up. And break it up, I mean like he's trying to just pull him apart. And the big white guy comes up behind him and tackles him down onto my grill. And they started getting on top of him, and it was in cement where he tackled him. So he got an instant concussion, and his eye was all cut up and shit. And my brother's fighting him. My family's a strong family, so nothing can stop us. We had to have the cops stop my brother, and he's like, he's concussed, and he's still fighting. We had like 3 cop cars there. Like, it was just about 4 state boys, and they're assholes. We had a K-9 unit and everything. Then I'm standing. Oh, this guy's on top of my brother, right? And he's on top of this black guy and this white guy are like sharing punches on my brother. So I look over in the trash can. This is a true story, okay? This happened yesterday. I see a piece of wood. And I'm talking like one of them thick, newly cut pieces of wood. It was a plank of wood. It was a board of wood. Had a few nails in it. And I take it out, and my brother looks like he's getting killed. So I take it and I start swinging it like this, and then my Puerto Rican friend takes it out of my hand, and he decides I'm going to hit them too. And then they get up, and then they attack me and him. Because they rushed us, and you can't swing a board faster than someone can run sometimes, and that's what happened. And then my Puerto Rican friend started chasing the black guy, and then the cops started chasing after them, and it took them like 10, 20 minutes to catch him because he broke into someone's house, the black guy. Then I'm just standing here on the sidewalk. I'm here, and then there's this white kid that comes up and punches me back of the head. All I did, I'm being straight up honest with you right now, I did not move. I went like that. I was like, boy, you done fucked up. I started chasing him, but he got into his house. Like, guys, I'm not the soft person I am on YouTube. That is a character. Because, you can't go around on YouTube arguing and fighting like you do in real life. And I'm not the softest person in real life, but I do I guess I act like my YouTube career, or my YouTube character. I'm not a completely fake person on YouTube, but I guess, actually, if I really think about it, it is kind of real. But when I'm sitting there making noises, like, I don't do that. That is a character. That's, like, my character right there. I just sit there and make noises as a commentator. But Jesus. And this kid hits me, and I jerk forward, and I run over there. He goes into his house. I'm arguing. I'm saying, get out here, boy. I'm going to kick your ass, boy. Like, and it's not like the squeaky voice. My voice changes when I'm mad, and it's when my voice is gone. And, that was kind of it. I was arguing with the cop. He told me to get inside or I'm going to arrest you. I didn't go inside. What is that? Oh. And they dragged me inside. And then I start looking out the windows, and, well, before that, my Puerto Rican friend gets thrown into the cop car because he was being mouthy. He goes to jail for disorderly conduct, but, yeah, it was on my property. Everything of this was on my property. My property. My property. And Hear that? My property. But yet more of my family got arrested than the bastards that fucking attacked us. That's this world now. Justice isn't a fucking thing. That's what happened. Yeah. That's actually pretty much the story right there. Is that, yeah. I don't know where my brother's at. He might be over at my other brother's house. He might be in the hospital. I don't know where he's at right now because last thing I remember it was midnight and I went to bed and he went to bed. So, and I'll be honest, we didn't think my brother was going to live. We didn't. So, I'm going to go let you guys go. But, yeah, that's exactly what happened. And, that's just what happened. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing one part of it. Oh, I am, actually. My dad, when they seen, this is right around the time I got the board to hit them guys. They seen me and my brother, like getting into the fight. And my dad's crippled, okay? My dad is legally crippled because he did have an accident just about 10 years ago. And his arm is all, like, janked up and it's all bent and shit. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen him before on my YouTube channel. Like, when I was doing vlogs and shit. But he comes out and he legitimately spears, like Roman Reigns, if you're a wrestling fan. Roman Reigns spears this big white guy and black guy at the same time through the grill, gets on top of him, and starts using his surgically repaired arm. Actually, no, it wasn't. Maybe that's actually kind of why. But, if the law has something wrong with my dad defending his property, because I know if the law watches this video, they're going to say something. Because my dad, I guess, maybe it's past by now, but he's not supposed to be in fights. But, my brother was being killed. He was being murdered on my property. If it wasn't for my dad tackling them and probably hurting his arm, my brother would probably be dead right now. So if they have a problem with that, let's see them get into a fight. And let's see them get pummeled. And see who comes fucking helping them. That's exactly what they're going to say, too. They're going to start bitching at my dad. But my dad tackles him, and he starts punching him. He might have got a shot in or two, but, he can't really use his arm. He can use it and shit like this, but it can hurt real easy because there's staples and nails and shit in his arm. But the most important thing is there's metal in his arm, right? So if he did use his arm, they kind of probably have a bruised head or something because there's metal in there. And my brother, I looked at him and his eye, it was red all around. Like it looked like someone took a knife, right, and carved a circle on his eye and peeled away all of the skin. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go away real quick. I'll upload a video later, and, this is just an update to let you guys know I'm okay, and here's the story, the exact story and everything that happened. And I'll see you guys later.